I'm Nick Pomeroy with PR Equipment out here in Currents, Texas. Hey, today we're actually out in the field. We're going to do another one of our tractor pull-off videos where we're actually going to be putting this 1840 MH Massey Ferguson to the test. So we're using, this time we're going to use the 5711 as just a dead weight. And we're going to be pulling this to see how much weight we can, or how much pull, load, force we can generate with this 40 horsepower tractor. It is the hydrostat, so if you didn't catch that, it's the MH, so it's the hydrostat version. Previously, if you've seen some of the previous videos we've done, we did a GC Massey Ferguson and we did a Yanmar 424. And at the time, that was the extent of our capabilities because our scale could only go up to 1,000 kilograms or 2,200 pounds for us here in America. Now we have a scale that's capable of 3,000 kilograms or 6,600 pounds of pull. And so now we can get into some larger tractors. We also believe the new scale to hopefully be just slightly more accurate. We found the other one was not reading as high as it should have been. We did some test weighs on some things. But new scale, more capacity, bigger tractor. Let's see what happens. So we've got our scale hooked up, got a heavy enough chain going right to the drawbar. As far as the tractor is concerned, we've got a little extra ballast on the front, a little extra ballast on the back. We were needing that because when I did some tests on this, we were starting to slip right at where I think the max power is. So we're gonna do a test and we're gonna see what we get. So I'm going to fire this tractor up, and when we do our test, we're going to be running it at rated engine RPM for the PTO, and we just do that for a baseline. So I'm going to fire this up, and we are in four-wheel drive, which we absolutely need, because if we're not in four-wheel drive, it will slip bad. And so the first pull test we're going to do is internal. I'm going to do one more test. And we're getting about 1,250 kilograms, but that's in mid-range. Now we're going to drop it to the lowest and see what happens. Okay, so in low range, right before the tractor stalls out, I'm hitting 1,900 kilograms. So I'm going to pull one more time. And so we're almost hitting 1,900 right before it goes over relief. So I'm doing this pull test on this static pull test on this 1840 MH. A couple of key notes. Internal, I have no problem with wheel slip. It more or less stalls the tractor before I break the tires loose. Had a little trouble in the snail or the single range position, keeping it just, and I've got a little bit of ballast on this just to kind of keep a little bit more traction, and the tire pressure set right. So we've got a few things kind of working for us here, but I'm still struggling because right when we get to that max power and the engine begins to pull down real hard, it starts to break the tires loose. And in my experience, when they start to break loose in this area, I've got to move to a new area because you'll never be able to get traction in that same area again. So I believe that, you know, the max torque that I've seen, or the max pull force that I've seen, which is which is what I've done a couple tries. The max that I've seen is just under 1,900 kilograms. And so when I go to my handy calculator, because I'm not that smart, I've got about 4,180 pounds of dead pull at max. I'm not seeing that every time because obviously the wheels begin to slip at a different time. I thought about putting some more ballast on there and just seeing if I could just weight the heck out of this tractor, but I think we've kind of seen what it is that I'm looking to find out, which more or less, we've got about 4,200 pounds of dead pull out of this 40 horsepower tractor. And it is a hydroset, it's worth noting, because obviously this tractor is available in a power shell as well, but I'm right about 4,180-ish pounds, just dead pull in range 1, maxed out right before we begin to slip the tires. And I believe that we're really, really close to the max. There's probably just a little bit more we could get if I could get just a little bit more traction. The environment that we're in is not really conducive to that, and I'm not so sure. I mean, obviously at some point I can probably get enough weight on here to weigh it down, but I think we've seen what we want to see. So hope this is of interest to y'all guys. If y'all like to see this stuff, let me know, because otherwise I just keep buying these weird crane scales for nothing and all this other stuff. So if this interests you, please leave me a comment or give me a like and let me know that you're actually watching this, because if not, I could probably spend my time doing other stuff, but I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to this, to the tech stuff, when it comes to tractors and stuff. So I really enjoy doing this, and I think it's really interesting to see just how hard it'll pull. When you think of 4,400 pounds, or 4,200 pounds, I apologize. When you think of 4,200 pounds of pull, that's a lot. That's, you're not thinking of, a sprayer that's on wheels, because it doesn't require nearly that much to pull. So, you're thinking of a ground engaging implement, a ripper, or a disc, or a plow, and just how much pull we're able to get from this 1840 MH Massey Ferguson tractor. So y'all, if this is something you like, shoot me a thumbs up, give me a comment, let me know that this is something that interests you. We'll keep doing them. We got a couple other models we're thinking about doing. It really is interesting to see how they all stack up. But subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, check us out on the web, prequipmentsales.com. Call or text us 903-270-0877. Thanks.